All right, fellas, we got the Rams playing Seattle. Sean McVay has his toys back. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. He looks a lot better as a play caller with those two guys in. Playing Seattle, who didn't have DK Metcalf last week, and players are fighting on the sideline. AQ, is Seattle in trouble?
I think so. I mean, listen, I think the Rams are getting better at the right time. They're starting to get all their guys back. They're getting a couple offensive linemen back as well. And Colt and I kind of dove into some plays earlier that we saw. And listen, it's a whole sequence. I talk about this all the time. Jay, you were phenomenal at it. I think your whole tree that you kind of have come from understands how to call games. I think there's a difference between coordinators that just call plays and they're looking at their sheet trying to get to the next run, but not really putting a whole plan together. And then there's guys that call games because they're setting stuff up all game long. They're making everything look the same. And that is what Sean McVay is doing so well right now when he gets his toys back, right? You can put Cooper Kupp, you can put Puka Nacua on each side of the football, on each side of the offensive line. You go 2 by 2. You can motion each of them. They can all block. One of them can go in motion, and that's the little eye candy. And then we go to the other guy, or then we send them down on a rail route down the sideline. You can hand off the inside zone. Everything looks the same. You hit the deep shot, you hit the screen, you hit everything, all out of everything looking the same. And I think that's where Sean is really going to shine moving forward with all his guys back.
Who'd he learn that from, AQ?
Had to be the guy we're talking to. Had to be the guy on this show.
I learned from a lot of different people. I'll tell you what, he does a good job, and it helps to have receivers that are very versatile and very smart. And both Puka and Cooper are very good at that. In fact, Tutu Atwell's done some good things too, and they added a tight end from Seattle. He's done some decent things, but there's no substitute for having two marquee players that are very unselfish and very productive. Colt, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the addition of Puka getting healthy, Cooper Kupp back on the field. What I love about these guys and why Sean, gets real creative in his play calling is because these guys block.
Before we continue with the video, I have to ask one favor. Make sure you are liking, subscribing, and turn on those notifications. If you like this type of content, if you like hearing us talk football, hit that notification button. So every time we drop a video, it is coming straight to you.
They'll take on defensive ends by themselves. They'll insert for play action passes down the field. They'll block second level linebackers. They'll crack. Then off the same look, they'll throw a little token screen. They'll run a little fly sweep to them. They get these guys involved in so many situations other than just drop back pass, right? And so when Stafford is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, it has been for a long time. When he has those layers added back into this offense, they're just different. They're different. And Sean can make things look the same. We looked at the 3-play sequence AQ where it's you get a zone, you get a screen, and you get a shot down the field, all off the same action. Looks the exact same to the defense. These are things that he continues to do and that he can do with these guys that weren't part of their game, these last 4 weeks. And so I think the Rams are going to make a run here, right? I think Seattle's in trouble. Division game. With those two guys on the field, if they can stay healthy, it's a different football team.
Justin, where do you think Seattle's at with Geno Smith and their offensive line and their skilled players?
My biggest fear with the Seattle Seahawks is that offensive line. They got Kenneth Walker III, who is a man amongst boys out there. DK Metcalf, if he can't play this weekend, that's a big hole to fill. They don't have a guy that can go out there. They got Bobo. He's not DK Metcalf. And then when you look at the LA Rams, I was at the game last Thursday, and there's one guy that popped off the screen on defense or popped on the field. Jared Verse, the rookie that we talked about. He had a sack and a half. He was talking smack the entire game, and he's really setting that tone on the defensive side of the ball for the LA Rams. And keep this in mind, Puka and Cooper Kupp, they got about 50% of the snaps. They're going to be on the field even more, which is allowing Matthew Stafford, not a mobile quarterback, so I guess you wouldn't use him, Jay, but Matthew Stafford to sling that ball around and then just hand it off to Kyren Williams, who just, all he does is score touchdowns and runs hard.
Yeah, Kyron's a key. Everybody forgets to talk about him. They keep talking about Koopa and Puka on all these cool plays, but at the end of the day, they run inside zone to Kyren Williams, and he rips people's face off, and they're getting healthier on the offensive line. And that's really what Sean's bread and butter is. It's to dress up the jet sweeps and all the cool stuff, make people change their strength calls on defense. And are they going to boss the backers and insert a safety? Boom! here comes inside zone. Kyron Williams gain of 12. And that's how they get you. And then they'll do the naked bootleg off of it, the play pass, like you guys mentioned. So when he gets it going, it all starts with the running game. When the running game's not going, most coordinators are average. But fortunately for the Rams, their running game is going. Hey, Justin, now that Sean McVay has his weapons and his toys back, they're 4-4. 49ers are 4-4. The Cardinals are 4-4. I believe Seattle's 4-4. They're all right there. Who comes out of that division?
That is a tough question. You know, the one thing I do love is McVay fought off the vultures. The vultures were circling. They were like, hey, will you trade Cooper Kupp? And he came to the podium and said, hey, get the hell out of here. We're going to go on a playoff run. I think we mentioned this. San Francisco probably still has the clear favorite to win the NFC West. But I think the NFC West is going to send 2 playoff teams this year. And I think the Rams are going to be that second team to come out of the NFC West. So I think San Fran has it, but I think LA is going to be right there. And they're a team with Sean McVay. And I'm going to call it right now. The Rams are going to make the playoffs, and they're just going to call Aaron Donald to come in on third down and just pair up with Verse, Fisk, Kobe Turner, and the Rams are going to make the playoffs, and they're going to make a little noise in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, the Rams are actually 3-4. Sorry, I forgot they had a bye week, but everybody's lost 4 in that division. Where are you at, AQ?
Yeah, I'm still with the Niners because I think they're going to make some crazy moves before the deadlines, but I do really like this Rams team. I think they make the playoffs. I also think Aaron Donald is done because he's tasted retirement. Justin's the only person that's tasted retirement and still wants to play. Because it's a nice thing on this side. I do know that. But
No doubt.
I will say the Rams are getting healthy at the right time. They're looking very good again. They've gotten better across the board, and I do think I think it's going to be the Niners and them out of that division for sure.
You guys are sleeping on the Cardinals.
Yeah,
Cardinals smacked the Rams. The Cardinals beat the Niners in San Francisco. They just beat Miami on the road. They're on a 2-game win streak. I mean, come on. I know their defense is suspect at best.
That's the issue. That's the issue is the defense.
At the same time, Kyler Murray's got that offense clicking. James Conner, Marvin Harrison maybe can do some things. He played a little better last week. I'm still unsure on that one, but I think they're a pretty good offense. So and they've already got 2 wins in that division. I do think the Rams make the playoffs. I think just if they can stay healthy, that's the answer. That's the key for them.
So then, to your point, Colt, do the Cardinals also make the playoffs? Then, Colt, are we going 3 from the NFC West?
Yeah, we need to circle back on this one in about 3 weeks because a lot's going to happen over these next 3 weeks. But I think the hottest teams and they're the teams that have the most chance of getting hot are the Niners and the Rams. So it'd be hard to bet against them. But hey, don't sleep on the Cardinals.
I think next time we have a show, Colt should have to wear a Kyler Murray jersey. I think that's only fair, as much as he talks about Kyler and how great he is. Don't you guys think? Just a jersey.
I agree.
Kyler looked good in Miami. I will say, Kyler looked good in Miami.
Kyler's a great player, man. I'm not ever going to talk bad about him, but I just don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
He gave my son his practice jersey. It's a little small for me. To be honest, fits Judge just right.
Stop eating so many Uncrustables and it'll fit.
Oh, God.